Okay, here is my third and final video of this project I'm working on. I've been working on it for my sister's birthday. A little late, but I guess better late than never. The problem was the laundry chute. When they remodeled this bathroom before my sister moved in, they just put up a laundry chute, which is nice to have. It's nice to have a laundry chute. You put your clothes in, they go down to a basket. You don't have to haul them up and down the steps. So the problem with theirs was that it was just a random door that you lifted up on it, and you had to hold it up while you were putting your clothes into it. It also didn't open very far, so you didn't get the whole use of the opening. So this is my solution to that problem. One problem that had to be addressed was which way for the door to open. Okay, if I pulled it open this direction, then the door is going to be in the way of you putting your clothes in. If I open the door this way, the door would be up against the toilet, still not good. So here was my solution. A little sliding door built into a frame that actually matches the frame of the other cabinet doors in the bathroom. And I also cleaned up these edges. You know, there were screws up here sticking out that caught clothes, the jagged edge of the drywall, plus the metal of the liner caught your clothes. So I lined this with a frame that I had in my earlier video to clean that opening up, to make it very easy, accessible. Not to mention that you can use the whole opening. It really opens the hole in the wall up, so it's easier to get your clothes into. And plus, you don't have to hold it. And then when you're done, you just close the door, slide it closed. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm sure my sister will be too. Have done a lot to this bathroom. When they remodeled the bathroom before my sister moved in, they had tore out all the old school trim, and they put just regular colonial trim back in, which I'm kind of a trim work fanatic, but it didn't match. There's the trim work in the hallway. That's the old trim work. I mean, the original trim work in the house. And what they had put into the bathroom didn't match. So last year for her birthday, flip that light on, I tore it all out, and I made the new molding and trim work to match the rest of the home. They did the same thing in the kitchen, and I replaced all of it. Originally, they just had here just a piece of cove molding, and the sides of the cabinet stuck out. Not to mention, you know, it didn't match. They had also taken off all the trim around the window. They had torn out the sills and the aprons, and I made those and put those back in. This trim work isn't really difficult to make. The only difficult part is this bead that wraps around. That's the only thing that takes a little bit of time, cutting that out. It's actually separate from the wall piece of trim, and those take a little time, but other than that, wasn't that big of a deal. I also, when she moved in, when they remodeled the doors, see if I can get a better picture in here, the doors on the linen closet and the doors on the vanity didn't match. Well, I didn't like that. So I refaced the vanity, put new doors on it, and I also put the new doors to match on the linen closet, and also little things that I like. If you notice on the actual door itself, the bead is called a classical bead. So also on these doors that I made, I used a classical bead. So it actually matches the door, as well as I mimicked the design of the door with the mid brace in the center to kind of go along with the actual door itself. So I replaced that. They had also painted this door white, which they only painted one side of it white. And my sister didn't like it, I didn't like it, so I did my least favorite thing and I stripped it and put it back in. It's okay. It looks 100 times better than what it was. And also taking things back to the original brass. The hinges that were really originally that they had on this door, they spray painted, and I couldn't get the paint off. But I was working at an old home that had some beautiful French doors in it, and they wanted these hinges gone. They threw them away, but they were solid brass. So I polished them up, and they've got a burnished look to it. Not to mention these screws are all brand new, but I know how to burnish them. So I've got the screws to match, and we're turning all of it back. We're taking out the brushed nickel, and we also matched, if you see the glass knobs, we also found some glass knobs that we really liked on the internet that I put on the doors to go along with the update. Slow but sure. Next on the agenda, I've already drawn up the plans. I'm going to make a custom medicine cabinet that will go with it to match all the rest of the trim. And eventually she wants to put a new sink top in. Pet peeves of mine when you're remodeling a home. Okay? Notice how everything in this bathroom, the colors they picked out, they're all blend. I'm not a blender. I hate blending colors. And when they went down to the tile work, of course the tile and the walls, they are all about the same color. Even the grout in the tile is roughly the same color. Now if you're going to go to the effort to lay your floor out on a diagonal pattern, change the grout color. Let that pattern stand out. You know, it's more difficult to do a diagonal than it is to do a basic square layout. Not that it's tough. I mean, you can do it, but if you're going to do it, you know, let the pattern stand out. Another pet peeve, vents in the floor. Okay, they did all this tear out and they left that vent into the floor. And the one thing that didn't blend is this bright white vent they've got in the floor, which I'm going to paint to actually blend it into the floor. But, you know, you're going through all that work, move it. Put it underneath the cabinet, the vanity. Come up through the floor, put a vent in the front, get it off the floor. You know, that's just a pet peeve of mine. Also, another pet peeve is when they laid out the floor, they've got a partial tile right there in the entrance. I hate that. I'm sorry. You got partial tile, partial tile, partial tile, and then I always try to start out with a full piece of diagonal right there in the entryway. If it's not a full, it's a complete half. I prefer to use a full piece. It just gives it that statement. And something else I hate, metal trim, thresholds. Bad, 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 bad. They didn't take this floor down, so the finished product was actually higher than when they refinished the wood floor. Also, when they did refinish the wood floors, they took the, I don't know if you can see that, they actually took the base shoe off. There's a dog, which is this trim right here at the bottom is called a base shoe. They took it off, so I actually had some of that already made, so I put that back down in all the other rooms as well. More future plans. Another snafu I hate. White toilet. Almond shower. White toilet. Almond shower. I hate it. Eventually that'll come out. New tub and tile. Also, this beautiful window, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to center it over the toilet. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I'm going to take that out, center it over the toilet, and just even the room up really well. And eventually put some crown molding up. But that's down the road. Hope you enjoyed my video. Have a great day.